Okay. I'm not sure where I left off, or I'll just play the music for a bit. Yeah, I'm not much of a dancer. But, like, I think I get into all the maneuvers that he could have done about the big dude and everything else, and, like, I'm really bored with Shamrock and his whining, quite frankly. I'm a big fan of Ken Wayne Shamrock, don't get me wrong, but he seems to go on and on about how he was screwed in his matches here. But yeah, with Royce, I knew my shoes. The sun was in my eyes. I'm sorry, that's what the shoe comment comes of. Nobody was slipping in that match. People were doing head kicks. The boxer was going all over the place. No. That floor was not slippery. I'm watching it. Have you ever tried to do a head kick when the floor is slippery? No. I don't give a shit who you are. Bruce fucking Lee is not kicking to the head with water all over the floor, okay? the amount of balance that would be required, especially in an active fight, even a sports fight, which is close enough. Just no, not yeah. I've already gotten to that. The rules of engagement will confuse you if all you know is sport, because you may know it here, but you don't know it here. Cerebrum, cerebellum, one of them dictates. You know how it does. You know what you actually think, and the back of your mind, what your body will do, how your body naturally reacts without you having to think about it. That's how you breathe. Well, the breathing because the brain's doing. But anyway, how you do something naturally because your body's just used to doing it, like walking and whatnot. You don't have to really think about how to do it. It just do it, and that's how certain martial arts go and whatnot. So I'm thinking if all you've done is fight in like a gymnasium, then yeah, the street and having no rules might give you a little bit off. Maybe it may not. Maybe you can flip back and forth. I don't know. I just question that. That it might take some training to get used to fighting in a street versus fighting in a ring. But then again, most of these people are badasses anyway, so who knows? They might be able to flip the switch quickly. Hell, I haven't been in a fight in 20 years, so what do I know? More than that, I haven't been in a fight since I was 20. Jesus. Ugh. 26 years. Good lord. Anyway, not important. The thing is that the other thing about the wrestling thing is that, again, Dan B. Severn was in there not that long later, and yeah, then there's that whole thing with Ken Shamrock because he's bitching about Royce and things and all these other this, that, and the other blah, blah, blah. You could have wore a gi. Then you would have something to talk about, but you wanted to wear your little shorty shorts and shoes. Dude, if you can fight in those little Speedos, I think you can work around not being in some damn shoes. You are not at the level where you could be in that fight and not be able to get around shoes. Come on, man. I'm pretty sure you could beat the shit out of somebody in a fucking three-piece suit on the street, and you're telling me you're thrown off because you didn't have your booties. Again, all the respect in the world for Ken Wayne Shamrock, but no. Nope. 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 And he was a several-time champion, so I don't know what his problem is. And then there's the whole thing where he was supposed to have a fight with Dan Severn, except he scheduled two fights together, too close together. Dan even noticed that, like, how's he going to have time to train for both? You better double check with him, and they did. And, of course, Ken wanted to change the fight to another day. Promoter asked if it had a problem. He says, I don't, but you might. And they ask why. It's because now that they've been promoting for this, and now, that's not happening. So how are they going to take your word for it? And you look bad as a promoter, because he's jerking you around pretty much. So, yeah. Doesn't have a problem doing that, but he has a problem with shoes and a gi. And yes, I know, in the Bill Wallace thing with Jesse, and again, big fan of Super Football Wallace. This is not an attack on him at all. Just saying. Okay, yeah, he could use the gi as a weapon. You're taught that from day one. I'm sure other people could have used clothing they were wearing, but everybody else decided to run around in their freaking Speedos and pants and shit. Nobody else wore anything other than that. And for whatever reason, I don't know. If there was some bullshit on the Gracie part for that, then that's stupid, but, as far as I know, there isn't, but... And I'm glad he asked all these questions, because yes, they should be asked. But I don't think that takes away from the accomplishment that Hoist did. He won the fucking thing, and they've won several others after that. They proved without a shadow of doubt there. Yeah, they handpicked the fighters, some of the baddest in the world, baddest men alive. It's not like they had nobodies in there. It's not like they had inexperienced assholes off the street. And later they had some actual karate guys, some of whom really shouldn't have been there, but were. And it's proven time and time again, if you have jujitsu, you can kick ass. And yes, everybody ended up becoming UFC style fighters, or basically shoot fighters, because are mixed martial artists who use basically jujitsu, wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, and mix it all together with some other shit. But yeah, it's awesome. It works. Good. I'm just saying this does not take away at all from jujitsu. And yes, I know you're saying, well, you have a horse in the race, and you're correct. I have again studied judo since I was 10. I have studied jujitsu. That had some karate and other aikido, because it's ikojitsu, which had aikido, karate-do, and many other things mixed together. Man, shoken. I don't know. Anyway, to make this awesome martial arts, and I've added a few things of my own spare time, but doing my own thing. But in my original class, it was those things that I was at and student, of course. But so yeah, that's why I once applauded Steven Seagal being in the movies, because I actually got to saw a grappling style. Because up till then, it was the Bruce Lee kick and punch styles only. The most you would get is the Karate Kid use of Taekwondo and Tang Sodo, which they just called karate, and somehow it became Okinawan karate, even though there was no style in there from Okinawan. But whatever. It was still pretty awesome. I just liked